would like to start my share my experience and my career durations of 32 years with you. FMGPI group is founded by Mr. Nilesh Barrett in 2015. Now it is a 5 years durations. FMGPI is giving the end-to-end solutions, catering in all the sectors. It's grown up very well, giving opportunities, creating opportunities, uh, manpower, and providing the best service. So I wish Mr. Nilesh Barrett and the associated staffs, employees, the best of luck to you all. You grow, people will also grow, and you will provide services to all the companies, all the like hospital, hotel, you can say bank sectors, then IT companies. We can provide services to the even we can say the societies, the buildings, because facility management is growing up. Nobody can hold now the progress of the facility, because facility is the backbone of any industry, because it is first of all less liabilities, more productive. So facility company is growing up. I can see Mr. Vikram Shetty. He was my boss in Reliance Center. I work under of him. Uh, I would like to say, Mr. Vikram Shetty, thanks joining my sessions. Mr. Nilesh Barrett, thanks for giving me opportunity to, I don't want to say presentation, but to talk on the facility management. Uh, I'm the hardcore persons of the facility. I can say I means we all. I means we all. I am presenting you all, and we all engineers and housekeeping, catering. You can say admin. We all presenting with ourselves, and because behalf of you, I say I. So don't say I may be proud thing, but no. I means along with you people, I'm saying you. I'm presenting you. So facility management facility uh, is providing all the services, and because of facility, the company like a banking sector, other sectors, they used to get the supports very well, efficiently and effectively. So uh, this is the real career growth in the facility. I would like to say on the preventive maintenance and asset management and troubleshooting. Preventive maintenance is the most important of any industry. Preventive maintenance is very effective tool to reduce the cost, enhance the performance of the equipment, as well as increase the GOP of the organizations to whom we are catering. In preventive maintenance, we need to we need to make a list of the equipment. Then we need to make a checklist. Checklist should be according to the functions, according to the operation, running hours, as well as as per the manufacturing instructions of the equipment. If you deviate 1 point from the preventive maintenance checklist, there will be a breakdown, there will be issues. So, planning is the most important, and that planning has to be done very deeply. So, when we need to train the staff also on the preventive maintenance, if you get the hire the staff, like I can see in most of the facility management company, they hire the freshers. Obviously, we have to give the opportunity to the freshers, but we need to give them training. We need to provide them the base and supports number of trainings. We have to do on-job training, and after that, we have to put him on the job. Otherwise, what happens if he or she do not know how to tackle the issues, how to do preventive maintenance? It may be major issue to us. So important is the training. So we need to make a proper checklist. That's I told you it should be the specific to the standards and equipment standard operation running hours. Then we need to plan, and then technician or maybe supervisors, engineers, they should do the uh, checking of the preventive maintenance. When technicians do their job, they have to do their job by heart. They should be passionate. They should be they should be have a determination. So when we do preventive maintenance, we need to check the equipment thoroughly. We need to see the equipment in all points of view, from bottom, from down, how it is moving, how it is happening. We need to assess for the equipment. After that, we need to check all the points. Not only check, we have to act on all the points, like a filter cleaning, coil cleaning, FCU tray cleaning. Put the water into the drain tray. Just see water is going or not. This drain tray cleaning checking should be at the last. Otherwise, if you do first, I say you the process and system is very important. If you set up the process and system, the work will become easy and people will follow the same. But when you do process and system, auditing should be there. If you do not have audit, then maybe technician maybe will goof up. He will do tick tick and he will come in 1 hour to the facility office. He will say done, done. And somebody will clap and will give best of the employee to him. No, we should not believe. And sometimes we have to see by our own eyes. We can see, seeing is in believing. Seeing is in believing. So we need to check how our staff is doing preventive maintenance. What supports is required. Any tools, because tools are very important. If person goes for preventive maintenance, he does not have blower, he does not have a vacuum, or he does not have a vacuum pump, or he does not have proper tools, grease, oil, no spare filter, and he goes preventive maintenance, only just put one cloth on that and clean the filter, put it back, and no cleaning, nothing, and preventive maintenance done. This is the major drawback in the system. So we need to check the equipments, how effectively and efficiently the preventive maintenance has been done. So first we need to, before doing preventive maintenance, we need to check the parameters, before parameters. And when you complete your preventive maintenance, we need to check the parameters. So we have to compare before and after. What parameters have got changed? And what is the standard requirements? I will give just one example. of the FCU. When you do complete servicing of the fan coil units, you need to check inlet water temperature. You need to check the supply grill temperature. Supply grill temperature should be in between, you can say 12 to 14, maximum 15. But if you go supply grill temperature 16, 18, then you will not get a room temperature. Your room temperature will be 24, 26, and this may be issue when guests check in, or maybe when any facility person come there to for meeting, he will call you, my AC is not working. Then it convert into complaints. It convert into discomfort. Maybe that guest may be check out. So that is the revenue loss. So it's very important preventive maintenance to how we are doing, why we are doing, and how we educate the work. That's very important. So there is a flow chart, make a equipment list, make a checklist, then we have a proper tools, tackles, then training, then shop floor training to the staff who is doing the preventive maintenance, then education of the actual preventive maintenance. So before doing preventive maintenance, I told you we need to check the before parameters. After doing preventive maintenance of the equipment, we need to check the equipment performance. If any parameters are deviating, again we have to check. We have to go back again, and we need to check. We need to correct the parameters. That is very important. After doing preventive maintenance, make a report, make a history card. And again, our work has not finished here. Our work starts now. We need to track that equipment complaints, or that maybe area complaints. If you are getting complaints after 2 days, 3 days, or maybe 15 days, we need to see what is the wrong, and we have to correct it. And that wrong points we need to put into the checklist, because this point will become the checklist points when you do next times. When you go next time to do preventive maintenance of that equipment, you the things in your mind, and you will see, oh my God, there was a chill water flow issue was there. So maybe the wire strainer is choked. So we need to check wire strainer, or maybe some noise issue, the supply duct acoustic insulation maybe come out and maybe it making noise. So all these complaints points make a checklist points. So checklist is not a one-time job. It is the evaluations. It constantly we need to change. And after doing the this we can say tracking of the complaints, we need to find out the solutions. We have to have a permanent action plan on that. If equipment is old, in any complaints, there are 3 types of issues there: people, product, and process. If your process is wrong, we'll have a major problem. If people who are handling, if they do not know how to operate the equipment, so maybe issue. And product, maybe the project people, they may be bought equipment at very cheap cost, because the owner or management, they always go for cheaper options. So product, people, and process, we need to find out. We need to do YY analysis of the fault, of the defects. Then we have to make a list. Then we have to make in our monthly reports, we need to mention the breakdowns, what is the available time, what is the breakdown times. So this is very important. So when you, after doing all these things, we have to see the PM index and critical PM index. If any equipment, if I have 4 equipments today, and if I have done only 3 equipments, and 1 equipment is pending, that 1 equipment becomes a critical. So we need to focus on that equipment when we do preventive maintenance. In in preventive, when you do CPM, so means you are completing, you are giving attention on that equipment, and you are doing the PPM. So that equipment will not get I don't want to say bypass, but that equipment will not neglected from the preventive maintenance. So uh, if you do preventive maintenance very effectively, efficiently, the complaints will get reduced, and equipment performance, I can say energy conservation, you will save energy, you will save the money, you will increase the guest comforts. So I've given only this example to you, but preventive maintenance is very important. So many times we do preventive maintenance, we need to clean the area of that equipment. There should not be any obstacles around that area. First we should do cleaning of the equipment, then we need to check everything properly, then we need to uh, start doing the servicing of the equipment. So this is the universal law everywhere. But universal law, universal checklist is okay. But important, we need to do preventive maintenance by heart. And again, I would like to say there are daily checkups should be there. We need to check the logbook. We need to check the parameters of the equipment. If any parameters are getting deviated, we need to see. We need to have a corrective action. Otherwise, if any parameters we are neglecting, that may be cause equipment failure. And I can say the engineer, technician, or facility in charge, you should check, you should sign, you should check the log sheet on daily basis. You should develop the records of all the complaints, like a chiller log sheet, pump log sheet, then area PPM. Area PPM is very important, like a lobby area, like a public area, toilet, because this area used to see by the guest, by the users. So we need to see maybe the wall painting is required. Maybe some fungus is there. If fungus is there, we need to see the fresh air is there or not. So if we are working in the facility management or maybe in the hospitality industry, I can say straight away, we should have an eye for details. We should, being if I'm a director of engineer, I should not be in the office. I have to take round once in a day of each and every corner of the property. If I busy in attending meetings, attending project meetings, and doing the things, and not taking round of each corner and each area, that may be issue. Okay, I know we have to trust and believe on our staff, but being in charge of the facility, we need to see what is going on. Maybe we can add value, we can add value in the system. We can focus, we can see if you go in the cooling tower area and while going you see the noise. Because I already told you we have to use our senses when we walk into the property. So being an in charge or being a supervisor, being an engineer, we should take round each and every corner. We have to make a friendship of the equipments when you visit daily to the equipments. That equipment will talk to you. That equipment will say you like a patient to the doctor, oh my God, I have a fever now. I have more pressure, blood pressure now. Equipment will also say to you. But but if you will not go there and if you see, okay, you put up some very casual or maybe some doctor there, temporary doctor, and he does not know how to check and how to check the system, then that may be major issue to the property or maybe major problem. So walking around maintenance is the most important. I'm every day I used to go in my office. First, I used to go in my chiller plant. I used to go in the plumbing plant, plumbing, swimming pool area, then a hotel, then a terrace, then service floor. Then I used to check the shaft. Then I used to go. I used to see 5, 6 rooms randomly. I used to check that rooms. Then after that, I used to come to my office. Then I have to pray to the God. See, spiritual things is very important. I don't say because spiritual without spirituality, you will not enhance your knowledge and skills. Okay, I agree with you. Knowledge and skills are very important. This skills develops because of the determination, because of the uh, you can say a strong desire. And when you have peace of mind, your thinking power uh, increases. If your thinking power increases, your focus increases, then you will have more productivity. So, in preventive maintenance, spirituality is very important. So, this is about the preventive maintenance. I hope you will understand. If anybody has issue, please call me. I can tell you offline because I can't say each and everything about the preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance is a very vast subject. It is not a 30 minutes duration preventive maintenance session. Then we need to. I would like to say about asset management. See, the company has given complete property under of us. So we have to take ownership of each and every equipment, each and every area, like from entrance gate to the terrace. We should know what is happening. Like a security, how security is entering the visitors, how they are allowing the equipment to go out, how they are checking the staffs is very important. Then another fire and safety point of view, we need to check because building should be safe. If you do your preventive maintenance, if you do things, but you are not operating your fire pumps, your jockey pump, your booster pumps, main hydrant pumps, there is no sufficient water pressure. So we need to check the all the parameters of the building like a pressure, temperature, flow, all these things are very important. Your hydrant pressure should be maintained, your sprinkler pressure should be maintained, the fire panel need to be checked every day. We need to see how many troubles are there in the fire panel. We need to see what are the parts are required, what is the critical, what is the genuine, and what is the required parts. So critical and essential and genuine requirements of the spare parts, that parts should be there. When we maintain facility, we have to check the annual maintenance contract. That annual maintenance contract, what is the due, what is the service level agreement of each annual maintenance contract. How the outsource like a carrier, train, or maybe Dun& Bush, and maybe Grand Force, or maybe some other company, maybe grease trap cleaning, or maybe gas burner cleaning. How effectively these contractors are doing the work? Are they following the standards? Are they following the service level agreements? Are they following like our technician used to do tick 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 tick? Maybe he like a burner cleaning. They maybe go and take the burner, just clean and put it back. So that may be issue because that may be the fuel will the temperature heating may be not be there. The gas flow will be more. So that we again add into the your loss and again the discomfort to the users. So we need to check the AMC and that AMC because we are paying money to the that service provider. So the service provider should have a skilled people. He should not hire the people though do not have knowledge of the equipments, how they are performing the servicing of the equipment. Because usually we see the AMC provider, they used to send somebody, they used to do only water coil cleaning, brush cleaning. They never check the parameters of the equipment while do servicing. And they used to make a report. Then our shift engineer or maybe supervisor sign on that. And that paper used to come to the shift engineer, he sign. Then again, the number two of the admin head or maybe technical in charge, he also sign. Then finally the admin head or maybe facility in charge, he has to believe on the staff. But sometimes we need to cross check it because that is very important. How the AMC provider, how the service provider doing the checking, and that is very important to maintain the asset. So asset management is very important. I can say asset managing in different way. Asset management to make the barcode, make the equipment list, make the name, check how many equipments are there, and what is the cost of the equipment, what is the capital cost. Then from this asset management, we have to make a history cards of all the equipments. Then what if any breakdown is there, that breakdown has to be documented. So when you do preventive maintenance of that equipment, you know what is the cost of the equipment. Unless you know the cost of the equipment, you will not know the value because it's very important. And how much money you are spending on the equipment, that is also very important. If you have 1 lakh rupees one equipment and you are spending money on servicing and attending breakdowns like around 50,000, then it is not worth to spend this money. Maybe we need to change the equipment. So this is the terms of asset management in my point of view. So finally, I would like to say preventive maintenance, asset management, fire and safety is very important factors in the facility. Facility is everything. Security, housekeeping, kitchen stewarding, kitchen staff, admin staffs, whoever supports, help, enhancing the property. I can say even our municipality, they are also part of our facility because they like a sewage treatment plant, because we have to maintain all the parameters, BOD, COD. We should maintain that. There no effluent should go into the municipality drain. It should be properly treated, and all waters, treated waters, grey water should use properly for cooling tower, for gardening. When you walk into the property, you have to see the flooring, you have to see the wall, you have to see the ceiling, you have to see the glass facade. We need to check each and everything. So this will happen by walking around maintenance only. And preventive maintenance, one part that has to be as per the schedule. But walking around maintenance, I believe more in walking around maintenance, because that walking around maintenance used to give you idea of the predictive or prevention maintenance. Maybe when you go into the plant room, if you see the motor is getting overheat, so maybe something is wrong. Maybe that equipment is running 24 hours. You are not switch on standby equipment. So that is a maybe we have to, you need to change your process system. Each equipment. I don't want to say chiller has to be changed every day, but you can change the chiller every week, and that is very important. So facility management again, the is very crucial, critical, backbone of any industry to enhance the profits, enhance the equipment performance, saving energy, and as well as to create the manpowers and to help our nation. Thank you. That's all. Thank you for giving me opportunity, and I pray to you and for your family safe and healthy. Thank you giving me opportunity, Mr. Nilesh. Thank you, Mr. Vikram Shetty sir. Thank you, dear all. See you.